The ability to handle paradox, supporting the flow of time and valuing it. Chronos, the lord of time in Neptunian waters. Imagine a well receiving pouring water. I can see the canals inside the earth as if they were a cross section. The waters are immediately dispersing, and the energy they contain needs to be mitigated, perhaps transformed. In a question of seconds, I ask, can it be contained without repression? Yes, it can be restructured. Using strong and solid channels, the flow of water can irrigate different sections and even change density as needed. The second time around, I ask how to make use of these structures when they're still vulnerable. The answer is time. By noting the frequency of each interval, time can be measured and assigned purposefully to nurture across time and space. The use of the gates or locks in the web of canals can save the flow of water for other times or uses. The resources don't lie scattered. Instead, they can build a set of distributed channels that will be employed in different spaces or areas, individual projects, saving for a sunny day, initiating new paths of innovation, and securing an ecology that is wholesome at the same time. Enjoying the intervals of time when the flow of water is transforming energy too. At one moment, I stopped to wonder with gentleness and the virtue of gratitude, for I am humbled to be alive now, precisely when there is no definition that seems safe anymore. The fog is dense and delusion runs high. Instead, I take in small gestures and habits that keep hygiene and order while trusting in the structure to flow accordingly. Relationships get transformed by the different vibration of the water at different frequencies and needs. Shall we all look ahead and see what time has to offer? Is it wisdom? Is it a point of view from above that allows others to embrace their uniqueness, to then finally rest, surrender to all that is? Prompt by fear of being vulnerable and memories of victimization, I stand for myself and I take time to address how to create the definition to continue with my heart full of valor. Freedom. Why having more than one choice matters. Discernment. I wake up in the dark at dawn and see a faint light emerging. Could it be that the fear of lacking freedom stems from being unable to see voluntary choices and instead yielding to external pressures? Sometimes it may seem that no other options exist. However, with time and movement, a fresh perspective can be revealed. The combination of circuits offers a path. Utilizing acoustic methods like binaurals, hemisync, and humming, I can call for inner clarity. By aligning them with conscious intentions, both inner and outer authorities can harmonize to determine what truly aligns with my needs, presenting a spectrum of possibilities. This, my friends, is freedom. And it's freely available, no pun intended. I find that freedom is not running away or looking away. Freedom is calmly making decisions based on what is best long term, unless danger is imminent and one has to escape a burning structure. Fear invades the mind, causing constant reactions to imaginary monsters. However, when faced head-on, these fears often dissipate as choices become evident. Recently, I confronted such fears that were pushing me back to a place of past fright, insecurity, and even victimhood. By allowing those feelings to exist and approaching them with love and clarity, a sense of emotional balance emerged. This emotional wave supports my decision-making when I trust in time. Saturn in Pisces suggests that any guilt leading to sacrifice may be spared. Instead, one can make an offering and surrender to service. One is not a helpless victim being dragged by the current of circumstances. Take a grip, literally ground into a wholesome embodiment. The place one has to protect is the state of mind, as it can create havoc. When Saturn is in Capricorn or the 10th house in unison with Pisces, Neptune or the 12th house, it is the time of the wheel when mastering matter and spirit begins to unfold. Guilt is left outside of the spectrum but is dealt with in a wholesome manner, not by escaping, but by tending to it. From scarcity of outcomes to scarcity of time that amounts to value. Footnotes. The transits are now as such. Saturn is on my natal Chiron, so the feeling is either of limitation, thus I tend to go back to my secret victim mode, or support. Then I see the adult-based individual I have become being 100% accountable. Transiting Chiron is on my natal Mars, so taking time is important to make space to heal those ideas and trauma of not feeling seen. Perhaps I make myself transparent. Transiting Saturn is also squaring my natal Venus. I feel the need to build new channels of creative communication, and I am. It feels empowering, and although it will take time, I am ready long-term to use all my resources, intellectual and whatnot. Transiting Venus in Cancer has been squaring Chiron on my Mars. Again, small crisis showing me that if I change little habits and open my heart to the needs I have kept overlooking, I can grow out of this phase and become a full authority, mentoring others by example of how to take care of emotional needs. First, with accountability, it is not what is happening to me, but how I respond to it. I also know that the Sun and Venus are trining that Saturn on my Chiron, so there's support there. Footnote number 2. The Pisces-Virgo axis is vital when both humility and forgiveness are essential. One must embrace humility to seek guidance and understand the nuances of discernment. Surrender becomes necessary when accepting the humbling need for closure, a dissolution that forgives but does not forget. My Pluto and Uranus are in Virgo, opposing Saturn and Chiron in Pisces, a significant theme that also challenges the values and confrontations within the 2nd and 8th house placements. Discernment and surrendering, habits that induce boundaries and care for needs by giving value to them, will make any intimate partnership wholesome and no subject to manipulation. Discernment in relational values is giving me individual support, with Uranus opposing Saturn in the 7th and 1st houses. Okay, so I'm going to leave you guys here. Very excited about a lot of stuff that's going on. This is a change. I actually felt like writing. It's been a while that I don't write, and then I was recording the writing. So I'm back to writing. Something's happening. I'll talk to you soon. Editing some conversations next week. I'm going to drop them. Have a great weekend, everybody.